This video was inspired by an earlier basket video that I financially supported 2 decades ago. That basket video, produced by Barry Bernard, continues to be used in the schools today. However, the technology then was very poor, and this video needed updating with the newer technologies. It also was inspired by the fact that the art and craft of Micmac baskets were evolving with fewer and fewer basket makers coming from earlier generations.
University. No Daisy Day, Nisam, Ursula Deloisit, and Daisy sat in a basket involved with linkage all her life since up Daisy there. Basket involved with that Daisy sat basket, but a delom and a University Eliade, it was school every day. They would get Ginamas in United in college, and they would me at Kinamad Newim, sit test the basket, Teddy. Nani tell look at Nige. University was here, basket was a school Kalakamoja. A Kaji, Casata Medis, near audience was called University in Amwood, yeah, which you have no tail a session. Where we interesting Elijah. A basket near them, not Del Stadio, then Del branch out the week, then Delasi, different below basket, Laniego, in Inako, Madden.
Wishki Guyanica Nigma, e basket got me, my well then would it oga, and Kijuma, Galolin, Negama, basket egada. Did you up Mauta, below Enigma, grandmother, my Bethel Johnson, Negam basket egada. Malgalichi, Dr. Granny or health, Bogolois Nigma, Abijik down, which dodged down, well look what did you got, well nenojik down, they'll look what did you. And in interest to all the Gabushki Goyanek, Garu, Entimanek, interest to teenager, Yanam, get you to it, Oga, PCO, so to teenager and Kovaya, Guru basket day gone, and a go. Nacht ma ba bugoli do abno basket oshki goyana gadmuna ankidere ma basket again so na me do 2003 conference el go up il go up at a friendship center part time down little school aviane el go up conference elders and youth conference na nimi gap kiju at least to have kiju dum kizgo ankidere na abija na dan kigmana el go to basket again. Interest to all the build negam na concept made all her life negam basket again give shabby a lot of hoba we go on Trans Canada Highway you know neduis kem gosmila muko craft all over the world job negam basket when with till mud neduis got the mud mizo negam retire da shabby to na bochi look up just bochi do dig up no basket le logo but before that they'll fancy when go up no in 2008 done a one research grant na book time is the go out pa ignore whip done go down daily go down different parts down basket will I do it well I do it la make be do it logistahan do it well I would lose it logistahan med logistamen kudegna be nastego interest to all down go negam del look it down wedge go negam del change you job interest to all up negam contribution of Mi'kmaq basketry did you change the whole art form?
When it's down Mauki, which are in our family, basket miski interest was got in Malgli, that the nurse say, which you get so interest was got, he's a escamnari. Bemner Sevidega, Meski, over passion was called Guy Ginamasin. Ankijal was a IG, his party, basket, Bamgoy was called us in was Nagamotan, Egina was Wado, and there's a Ginamat Nerikis, Wado, I Kijal basket, Egino the model, and tell you. Kalau nanti as a co get you the basket to let me see what I'm with. Gisami do into basket again, one time. I meant to wall in a kitchen basket, biscuit in basket, club stage basket interest all basket. Negam Fassi Evidan and Kija could in they were only way basket to kill, there was some other, was one if it's well firm a week. Sko det var ankaptig na one basket med. Iloptig na det na bubamutin usko itan kismanat jo gisna ko ya. Enai mane ko mana delwa dai. Pana delwa la basket lagi jara onis kam kisat kan la basket ko. Gudelam chai. Esmana ne mo gla hospital cake ya. Kisi dua basket. Na be do what you got with basket kisi do na couple days before dem mo pearl basket be kisi do di ba. Na critique ya wa na basket na all time ha. Lo de wa is. No blood okay ka sa mo blood we go chi will hot na ya. Kada na mi gudel man be kisi do na basket na pearl ni la da ban basket man na 2 or 3 days is ni scam so up to go. Akal gesat ban lagi udum ba all time man kini ma da chu go des ni na lip kile na be chu ka kini udum to sa kini udum ma nam sir ban la. What's going on now? 9 days ago, I on from 0, 0, 0, ego 8. Mariah, no, which I don't know more. I basket dega mot halt det och tjojiga jag barn matem ni garba nej no wisloon basket degen med det abogana magic passer för då kismali eu ya neglai men kuki ya ne nej ni jenka apjeji de na kijna begisin bet mit call it every year na ik na nada me she 3 weeks and it's come basket dega 3 weeks now would you adegem ke guy Poshi basket dege. But nanu bas it was part time. Na gune pastime it was. I just love basket weaving na. Nanu go after na ipi sinke. Na ayej. Nanu go basket dege. Na nis kam pa gen wax des kam megre te ayej perskyle ke gulu megol lip dege ne bi lako. Na bochi interest to all the basket.
Or these different ways of living and the language that has been lost along with that. Because current generation, we've had Mi'kmaq scholars from the 50s, 60s, and into the 70s that have been advocating for the preservation of our language, of our cultural activities, all of these different things. But there has never really been very much of kind of an artist perspective on the legacy or the importance of the language in regards to art creation. And what I wanted to capture was the language of Mi'kmaq basketry. So what I did is I made these vitrines, these maquettes of a vitrine that took the Western scientific diagram of dissection. So what I did is I took a photograph of my great-grandmother's basket. I took that photograph and then I transferred it into a drawing. I had 5 very basic terms that are associated with Mi'kmaq basketry. That also talk about the technical elements of Mi'kmaq basketry. The first term that I explored was a hoda hanchich, or means like a little ring, and that's one of those techniques that my great-grandmother was very skilled in making. The second one here is kubajogan, which means cover, and that just specifically relates to the lid on a sewing basket. The third term is alahbadasik, which means it has been bound or it has been woven together by a number of different elements. So then there's another word that says liskanwahan, which means the weavers that are woven into the basket that create the wall of the structure. And then the very last term on that one is jigijich, which references the term of periwinkle or shell. And the jigijich is a 3-dimensional form that's put on the surface of the basket wall.
I grew up surrounded by basket making as an art of living and living by the art. My mother, Annie Batiste, was an exceptional basket maker, and my mother, having learned from her mother and her father, and my father, John, supplied the materials. Times being what they were, that's how we had to make ends meet financially, buy those baskets. And at that time, my parents lived by their creativity and off the knowledge of the trees and the potential that the trees held. The industry of basket making made it possible for us as Mi'kmaq people, as well as indigenous peoples throughout Canada and beyond, to flourish by the many natural materials and styles and functions that baskets served well before plastic became used for everything container-like. We watched the adults, and then we worked with the materials in play until we got to a time when we were able to be part of the whole operation to the level of our own skills.
Ik ken nu wel door die basket to survival and to go. A basket is gebak samen een basket is het al te doen. Maar ja, die kan komen je jabbiel, wickbiel, dat yellow birch or white birch. Pas na labes als ik laat me denken mooi. Kijk, we moeten kunnen komen je je pound de water. I'm expecting to now. Dandel basket today na bit, a dandel women. Then you would basket it. When you basket it, aji basego el dalat a canadec a into no tail basotigo. Catangi liskin one out, a liskin one coel. Namuspanel moel, kiskaji bapkisk. Sure, straight. Straight. A bit this way. That's good, you see? Start separating, eh? I got it too, okay? Let's get the mince.
Kedua kijana kan ni apa sih dia kerja na, nu cakap muji kerja. Ni nak mes kilo di work. Itu nami 7 doji 6 itu. Nana steady erda no China. Nana pede kena bil, nana biwi ya ni na was a hard one. Jua gino de masih. Dan me dia mandan di selu kan kisah nana dela ada ini. Nagisi do apne mau first store nagisi do apne gai je pas ki cheese hamper cheese faz ester mu na do up to basit mau first store nag pas ki de megna do it faz store del this Ialang ko adik Malaysia na mostly Malaysia canto ni nani na alang ko adik na uji ko chino ja na pati ji ju tie nen Lang qua diega is close pork, a hazel, basket, mayflower, to you axe handle. And all die, Galagla is big, is not Sydney mindset, to tell me, all die, and I'm set house to house. And here I don't know, but they Nascorp Kedami. Couple was Nascorp Kedaman. Usually what a man. Gizard one and all the word is Zawi. Zawi had man, na 2 colors. Then I colorblind we know. They me pink, we not even was to me. Is not make we Miss Duana. And they were dark pink. Kadua Gizard one, Naha, Navochi do badam. Nankamida, tell what go in a rushilla road, Nazado, tell what. Naziskan Wadaman Noctugula. Go in a chito de lado. They mean daily do it, Albanina. Could they decoration them tell up to her? To Naziskan Wadaman, a pagan abil to. Well, like it. Kisnana, del tego, Nagizi or a granny or and the cheese or la. Negum Nadali is decoration, could any here? And a jigay anani. And as well do Nikisado. The Nabasky Diega, Granny or a Hankija name. Irene or none cook. And I'll do a basket, no sale. Signal sometimes. I'll do a shopping basket, 100 kisses sometime now with Piamo. And a name Conkijan in Kismaliavian. Mali wa dua basket. Teji signa ko widuan basket la. Kadua kismali ewiane. Kinama dia body chi jole ji ga munilu we work. Na ji no ma we peda ko ya. Na mus pa basket li das wa mani. Iska mi jari basket dia na. Oja da la ijo. Pede na bio. Na gisi du basket na ela wistuil na ma halu ada muhila. Dina mali jo paging ki ajano la ko adia na or si modelo wane after mal du basket up
Not high up 10 days about Bosch basket again and Adami Passa basket go up Kijabon Maramna Marta Walma Telusida Eldol basket Nagam Chijanina as not one at Demigo one Chijanag self finish a water Beskigi Goldov Nicolaj Kalna, Eldol, Shappen Baskilla, Eldoban, Mopchis go Eldup me. And in Carwagano de Massinespo, a Hanadaga Eldal, Padam Sleldal Pugakal. She'd Shappen Baskil done. Let's start to Watal. Pugakal Kissidala, a Boganama. Aha, that's speaking of the massive basket Eldu. Elduan basket, that's beginning of the massy. Up changes, Elduan, not always made 5 cents south to go well. Bida, next door neighbor, biggest, the Louis Dallas, or Delaware will do it over the Hanada Gabriel. Kiss in Elduan, the Hanada Beagle, which you start to up now, the basket, Elduanda. You can order with lap, you can mess for Hunky Jagan order with la. Club is still with a Easter basket, Bago and Kigara. Easter basket, Eldudil. Kisnina Jabeg Mesnamanaga Harigal Alduan, Pugal, Pugaliduril basket. The Basaga doesn't Eldudigal 100 Easter basket la. And in a pegno de Masan, up in Easter basket club is at Awiduan, or Walter Glixado Andy. Sawiat Kala, Kijala, Walit Pamo, Sawiasigala. Club is in the Goa. Club is on the go in a basket, Elduan, basketable. The Malay, we are not dashing any basketable, Elduan. No go measure a papa on the basket, Eldol. Oh, Piso basket egg. Eldol basket. A basket egg, not a walk, low edges, Galig chick at a wiggy clubisa. Low edges, up to your bottle away, Carolina, or go caja, lowly cool like a logo kick. And I real a pedal basket area, Monada whip could have up. Ella Bessas go well, I wear my pen. A mother whip could have. Uncle Jacobisa, not Jahak, Mojaget. Ega no de masini na elip kerami. Las kedeget na mako ega no dum bidang kija. Year ago na da me denki ni na box chicken no ka basket ega ni 75 te hoje ya. Box chicken na da ni ka basket ega masa maru a basket. Na de ya mas pega no de masotti na do na no de masotti sio. Basatan te se ko la no de moda kan na ka ga lam mara sta na da basket ega. Ma ule jigwan. Kasi ule jigwan. Me basket wana da wido pa magase ule jigwan ye gesko ga nagori go basket matai me ga mo gare stelok no go panna pugak no jaji ne de kano de masot no school kure ne ga la tebi kesa no dum maralo oni jan darling kesa no dum mas oni jan a school ka iga kesa tu kesa no dum masot de sab school karo sometimes Muda be interest awalo wat basket magasido. Awas ba interest awalos basket bas agasido. No da me puka kino da mas pe mixaga kada. Ala ba bukchig ma wan basket ega. Ba bukchig ma basket ega. We go ma puka lo wan basket ega. Ni na dok pasaga. What up cars? Puka look down basket ega ti. Bam gise higa na ka gung basket ega. Ba ji sat ke tan del basket ega. Ba nei vlogel. Ba na deji ke sat westcourt ka ke sat kum mojos ka. Na ban ta ro business en kijla de tai we go ma. Muna ikno go na du nai. Go ya ba on masudini de la mo na meski building na transcan ba kisi IG di ba. Wasana go 13 years they be running wa do di bne. Well run our business ega. Sometimes giskina ma do en me ajin talu ga dakila.
Gijo bosi bi banan kamna dam go leaderment to future dam gijo basket you know art form the traditional baskets ko de lamo do mo leaderment do survive do banan go dul gaya do
Ula miau gin na madiega na basket ni sa bali ka lalam ko ya ko. Kiji du mas tago. Dan pastet lian. Dan pastet timan pas kemus de. Basket kisites. Gisam ko ades.
They taught us about how to take care of ourselves, building on our creativity and skills and working together. And that as a result, we as Indigenous people have always been and continue to be connected to our land and our ecologies. And it is important that the art of making basket continue because baskets form a part of our Mi'kmaq history, our identity. As Indigenous people, we continue to be connected to that land and to our ecologies, and they are still part of our many traditions of giving, sharing, receiving, valued by those who receive, buy, or get a gift. It is a tradition in our families to say that happiness is what we share. Living is about what we get, and life is about what we share.